I'm Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we're going for a drive.
2021 Mercedes Maybach
GLS600 4MATIC without launch control. Breakthrough. Sporty. But elegant.
Horsepower and torque.
550 horsepower, 530 pound-feet of torque from a 4-liter V8 twin-turbo with EQ boost.
So this is our first Maybach. What is a Maybach compared to a normal Mercedes?
So it's a very fancy Mercedes, as if Mercedes weren't already fancy enough. It's a level above that, kind of closer to Rolls-Royce.
So they do that to the S-Class and the GLS only, and they just make it more luxurious, and they give it the Maybach logo, and they've been making cars for a long time out of Mercedes.
Yeah, so like Mercedes AMG, this is Mercedes Maybach.
But the luxury version.
Exactly.
But still fast, because the AMG GLS63 is technically faster than this.
Yes, because this does 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, but I don't even care about that whatsoever in this car.
And since this Maybach has really comfortable, luxurious back seats where you could probably even like do some work, that brings us to today's sponsor, Technion. Technion is a premier office furniture manufacturer that specializes in design-oriented and highly ergonomic products. The same approach a high-end automaker takes to making sure you are fully engaged while sitting in the driver's seat of a performance car is what Technion does for your workplace, whether that's at home or in the office.
And Yuri and I both upgraded from our crappy back-breaking desks and chairs to Technion desks and chairs, and they make life so much better now.
Okay, I used to work on like the worst tables, like crappy Home Depot ones. I had like fold-out tables. Everything was bad. Now I've got this table that rises, lowers. I've got this amazing chair. I've got an amazing monitor arm, and then I've got a ton of plugs and a lamp that like just goes on with it. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. It makes editing so much easier. We are so much more comfortable while editing because we can sit or stand or do whatever we want.
Technion uses the highest quality and most sustainable materials to make sure you're at your peak performance while working. And 95% of their products are manufactured in North America. Is my red chair more luxurious than this Maybach?
Ooh, it's pretty close, Yuri. And if you want to get your own Technion furniture for your home office, there's actually a coupon code 25% off with SP25. There are links in the description for America and Canada.
Honestly, getting this desk set up was like me getting Hot Wheels as a kid. That's how excited I am as an adult to have a proper desk, my first proper desk.
Dude, I was so excited too. I love this desk.
Enough of the luxurious desk, back to the luxurious car.
And I'm actually just gonna put this into Maybach mode because yes, we have a drive mode called Maybach mode, and I'm actually not going to use that into Cliche Corner. I'm gonna use an even better mode called Curve mode. Yuri, what is Curve mode?
It angles the car the opposite way of where you're turning so that it doesn't feel like you're swaying left and right.
Yeah, so if you guys can see us on camera, we're actually dead center. Meanwhile, the car is tilting and pitching into the corner so that we're always straight. And being in curve mode on Cliche Corner, it just feels so comfortable. But what I noticed is that the steering is not as light as a Rolls-Royce, but I also don't really expect it to be. So if you have it in Maybach mode, it does lighten it up, but sport mode also tightens it. So the car behaves exactly how you expect it to in every mode, and just driving this around in Maybach mode is the best mode for this car.
Yeah, you can really see it in the footage. The GLE we drove that previously had that as well, and it also had the bounce mode, which this also has.
Yeah, so this has the E-Active body control, which is like that hydraulic 48-volt system. So basically you can bounce as much as you want up to 15 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, and I feel like we already beat that dead horse with that joke on the GLE video. I mean, we can just do it a bit more here, show a lot more footage of it.
We definitely should, and I'll just do it right now very quickly inside the car. Recovery mode, start. And we're bouncing.
Bounces you up and down to get you out of sand, but I think every Maybach comes stock with it because it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, they do, at least in Canada. I don't know about other markets, but that's pretty sick.
And
all right.
Wasn't there a video of like Ludacris having fun with this car?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably saw our original videos with the GLE. I think some of those clips went viral of us doing that on the highway.
Yeah, that was us in that car. So we weren't the ones that made her go viral, but we were the ones in that car.
Trendsetters.
We are the meme.
I guess.
And in our off-road mode, we also have a thing called individual wheel control, so we can actually independently control each wheel up and down.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but the only thing that sucks is you have to be in drive to do that, and then when you put it in park or open the door, the car lifts back up. There is no way to use that to dump the car as low as it should be in a parking mode.
That's right.
And that used to be on the GLE as well, but now they got rid of it, so the GLS is the only vehicle from the Mercedes lineup that will still have that.
And the suspension is overall so crazy because it's an air suspension system, but it also has hydraulic stuff in it and the 48-volt mild hybrid system. So it's overall a very technologically advanced system. And the fact that we're living in an age that we actually have hydraulics essentially on a Maybach.
Man, okay, yo, that Bose suspension
Yeah.
system from back in the day existed a long time ago. We still don't have that, so I'm still kind of disappointed in the world. Okay, we should probably now talk about the looks because this does look different than a regular GLS.
Yeah, so starting with the front end, we have a lot of grille on this one, and we have a lot of extra grille on top of the grille here.
Okay, so we don't have a Mercedes badge in the grille anymore. Now it's a little emblem on top. And because of that, the radar is hidden in there and you barely notice it.
And it does say Maybach at the top of the grille.
Okay, and then below that, we've got this, I would say, tuner car style grille.
I would agree with you.
It's like a plasticky chrome when you run your fingernails along it. It does feel kind of like not the nicest, but it looks really good from a distance.
From a distance,
But
yeah.
it also looks kind of bad.
Exactly, because it looks kind of cheap at the same time and kind of like gaudy.
But like you kind of like it.
Yeah. It's hard not to like this.
And then if we pop the hood, we don't have a signature, but it's got a little Maybach badge.
Yeah.
Badge, Maybach, Maybach badge.
Yeah, it is Maybach. But as rappers would say, Maybach.
Might be either or.
Yeah.
When we go on our first Maybach press trip, they can tell us.
I'm pretty sure it's Maybach.
We'll never go on one.
No.
And then our headlights, they are kind of new style, but have a little bit of element of old style. So the line goes across and it's got 3 little lines that go up and down.
Which is reminiscent of the old S-Class, because the S-Class would have 3, the
lines.
E-Class would have 2, and the C-Class would have 1.
And even the GLE wagon we drove, it had the line with just 2 little ones because E is 2 and S is 3.
Yeah, but I think they're getting rid of that going forward on the sedans, but keeping it for the SUVs apparently, I think.
Who knows? Anyways, side view, it's a nice big GLS. I think the last one we drove wasn't as nice as this because this has that cool brushed chrome kind of thing around it. It's not like shiny chrome.
Yeah, and then we also have the Maybach emblem on the C-pillar, and then I think what really gives it that crazy shape of a Maybach is the extra little lip spoiler that we have at the back.
Yeah, it just makes it look really thick. I love the chrome on this, and I love how it's not like a chrome line between every single pillar. It's just the one.
Yeah, it's like a satin chrome. It's a really good chrome.
Yeah, not being too shiny makes it nice. And then we've got the side step that comes out, which is so huge for the back, less huge for the front. Getting into the back seats is so convenient with that, unless you're in a tight spot, because if you're in a tight spot, then it just jabs your ankle.
And it looks really cool at night because you also have the Maybach logo on the ground, and then the thing hides away, and then when the mirror folds, it all looks really cool. And then it looks insane in the back at night as well, but we'll get into the interior a little bit later.
And then we've got Maybach wheels that look kind of like Alpina wheels.
Yeah, I mean, they're multi-spoke and they look fantastic. They are 23s, gorgeous.
We did review this against an Alpina XB7, and I think that one was missing bright wheels like this one is. This matches the chrome a lot more than the Alpina's look did.
I disagree. I think that fits the vibe of the Alpina, but watch our Alpina versus this review.
Light wheels for life.
And moving around to the back end, we've got the same taillights as we do on every other GLS.
Yeah, they look good. I think this style taillights is really great on SUVs. We've got a nice exhaust with a line in the middle. I guess that's a Maybach thing.
It's interesting. And by the way, you pretty much can't hear that the car is running from the outside, so let's take a listen to the outside. And the other cool thing about the back end is all the fonts are different than Mercedes regular fonts.
Well, yeah, I guess I kind of expect that. Alpina does the same thing.
But it's cool to have a different font for the GLS, even though this is a Maybach and you can get a non-Maybach GLS with a different font.
Yeah, it probably goes back to one of like their old heritage fonts, but I don't know too much about old Maybachs right now, so I'll have to double check.
So overall, this thing looks fantastic.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 looks. I love seeing this thing roll down the road and bounce down the road. I love the cheesy kind of ish looking front end. The only thing I don't like is that we got this in black paint, and there are a ton of two-tone $20,000 paint options. But I guess what's the reason we didn't get that?
Probably because Mercedes has to sell this at the end of the press cycle. So we are one of the first people to get this. So they need to be able to sell this later, and someone might not want that option.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they should, because the first press photos was the red and black.
Yeah.
And that looked so amazing. And this looks kinda okay.
Yeah, but like this is the safest option they could have gone
Yeah,
with.
they got like green and beige and all kinds of weird stuff. Like this is literally the worst color you could get this in.
Pretty much, but it's the safest at the same time. It's like black, like, oh, no one's offended by a black car.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of tech in here, especially in the back seats. Let's get you into the driver's seat to talk about all the fun stuff.
Let's do it. I'm just gonna mash it in Maybach mode.
Okay.
Starting in second gear, and it went down to first.
That is the only time that you feel this 9-speed transmission, when you mat it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll on the power.
Ooh, those curves.
It's good. It's fast. It's sporty, but it's very, very smooth. It's not like 63 sporty.
Yeah, no. And I also have no inkling to use these paddles. Although they feel kind of cheap, they are plasticky. They're like a very good plastic.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, curve mode through cliche corner.
It's just dead level.
Feels flat.
Yeah, it's so weird. If anyone ever gets the opportunity to feel one of these through a corner, I highly recommend it.
It just looks so funny on video too.
Because it just curves and leans like a motorcycle.
Coming up to the bump, up cliche.
What bump?
That, okay. In a supercar or like a race car kind of thing, that you feel every bump there.
Yes, that was nothing.
I felt those nothing. And on train tracks, nothing.
Yeah, this suspension is next level.
All right, here's one. You're cruising on the Gardner.
Okay.
It's nice and slow, and then all of a sudden a lane opens up.
You floor it.
Man, you're gonna get off at Lakeshore so quickly.
Yeah, but it did lag a little on the downshift because this transmission is just kind of geared for comfort.
But once it picked up, it was so quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically an AMG engine.
So now moving on to the interior and the tech stuff, we've got our normal Mercedes infotainment, where it's a touchscreen and a touchpad, but now we have this nice Maybach palm holder.
Love it.
To control everything, so that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not my favorite system, but it does have a lot of functionality, so I'm pretty stoked on it.
Yeah, we do have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We can customize our gauges, but using Classic is probably the best because you have the Maybach logo in the gauge.
Yeah, they hacked the Mercedes system and replaced their logo where everything else they didn't.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was like a full Maybach mode.
Yeah, I mean, when it starts up, it just says Maybach.
Yeah, but
it'd be cool if it left that.
Like a whole Maybach skin. You know when you could like reskin Winamp back in the day?
Yeah, I remember
Except
that.
it was Maybach. And then this also has Hey Mercedes, and I guess you probably can switch it up to be Hey Maybach.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Except for BMW.
Oh, yeah.
And then the right side of our infotainment, we do have Tune Mix, which is my favorite feature for like rewinding satellite radios. And then through there, we can also go through to all our favorites and our vehicle settings, where we have a lot of cool modes like car wash mode.
Yeah, so in car wash mode, it'll actually go through a sequence of things that you should do in a car wash, but the car automatically does it for you.
And then we also have our 360 camera and reverse camera and all our parking assist stuff. I really like the 360 camera stuff in here because you actually see your wheels, unlike a BMW, where it just kind of shows like a 3D car around and you're not exactly sure where your wheel is, and even the new F-150.
Yeah, and this is at least the correct model as well. It's a full-out GLS Maybach.
And then we do have the good Mercedes lane keep and radar cruise, so that's really nice.
Yeah, and then that steering wheel is kind of old-style Mercedes, where it's not like the new 2-bar style. This one's really, really good.
Yeah, I feel better about this.
Yeah, and I love the grip and grain on this one. It feels so nice to touch that steering wheel.
Is that wood or is that just piano black?
It's gotta be, I don't even know, man.
Anyways, we got piano black on the steering wheel. We have piano black all on the interior, but it's pinstriped, and on the back too, which makes it all right?
Yeah, I totally enjoy this gloss black because of the pinstripes in it, and it's exclusive to Maybach for some reason.
And then as for interior lighting, we do have top-notch Mercedes lighting, but it's not really much different than any other Mercedes would be.
However, it does outline more things, like more speakers, like the entire roof is outlined, and I still get my red moon everywhere. And in the back, those back seats are even outlined. Seeing that at night, oh my goodness.
It would be nice though if for Maybach they had like maybe a pulsing light that was slightly different, something that you couldn't get on a regular Mercedes, but maybe that's for future stuff.
Yeah, well, speaking of what you can't get on a regular Mercedes, those back seats.
Okay. So it's no third row in this GLS.
No, it's a 3-row SUV with 2 seats in the back.
As it should be.
Yep, for sure. And we also have a fridge in the back in the middle.
And we have champagne flutes that are missing.
Yeah, so
it wasn't us who took them.
Whoever stole those, we can't show you what they look like, but yeah, there's supposed to be flutes there. And then below that, there's actually a table as well. So there are 2 little trays that you can take out and do your business.
Or you could just do it on your Technion desk.
Yeah, you could. Also, we can recline those seats, which are max recline. We can also put up our feet rest. We can also get massages back there.
I actually don't really fit at 6'1.5" even this, but it's better than an airplane.
Is it though?
Yeah.
There are 2 screens back there, which basically just show you the infotainment. And then we also have an Android tablet, which also shows you everything. You have your peasant blockers back there. So many different things back there.
And then from those rear screens, you do have a web browser too. So I guess you could technically watch YouTube, go on Instagram and all that stuff.
Technically.
And if we open up the trunk, these seats don't fold down, but it still is an SUV, so we should probably do
the box test.
So we only have enough room for Corbin's box and Adam R's box in the Maybach. So because there's a fridge in the middle, that was pretty understandable. But what I wanted to see next was the baby seat test. So I wanted to see if my stroller would fit back there, and it fits perfectly around the fridge.
I was shocked by that, actually. That's fantastic.
So I wanted to see if it had the ISOFIX points so I could put my baby seat in there, but you had to remove some stuff, remove a pillow. It did, it fits, and now I have the most ballin' baby of all time. I feel like only 10 babies worldwide have sat in the back seat of this in a car seat, and my baby is now one of them.
And the baby is definitely another one. Shout out to baby.
He sits in a child seat in the back of his...
He sits in the back.
Not in a child seat.
He's a baby, though. He's the baby.
But he doesn't have his own child seat.
No, he's got his own seat.
Okay.
But he's the baby in the back seat.
Okay. And then we do have massage back there and massage up here. We have heated, cooled seats.
And these seats are super comfortable, pretty well bolstered. The headrests are also really soft, super adjustable. And what else can you really ask for from the front of these?
I mean, okay, from the back, I could ask for like a PS5 built in.
Okay, but from the front, what about the visors? Oh, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Yes! Oh, double visor!
Oh.
Yes! It's been a while.
Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, cups, if it fits champagne flutes, it'll fit everything.
Yeah, it passes everything. And they are heated and cooled, and when you press those buttons, it goes red and blue with the LEDs in the front and in the back.
Another weird thing, this only has USB-C, but it has like a million USB-C.
Like a lot. Yuri, come back! Come back! I need you here.
Not very good for a chauffeur car.
Oh, there we go, much quieter, thank you. Oh, still not detected. Come on, detect. Detect! Aw, man.
And for some other cool tech, this does have a dash cam app built in, but you need to have a USB that you put in there. It's not like BMW where it'll automatically save it to the car and then you can pull it off later.
And that dash cam is a $300 option. We have several options on this car. Should we get to the price?
Let's get to the price.
It starts at $199,400
Canadian.
and this one's optioned out to $230,200.
I guess that's pretty reasonable for a big GLS Maybach.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than an Alpina and it's less than a Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
So I guess that's exactly where it fits in, because an Alpina, that whole brand, they'll Alpina a lot of different models, where this will only Maybach the S's.
Yes, and an Alpina is typically sportier, which in fact, pretty much every single time it is.
And a Rolls-Royce doesn't have anything this low in the food chain.
That's right.
So then how about Bentley? Bentley's above this as well, but we haven't really ever driven a Bentayga either.
No, we haven't.
So they don't exist yet.
No.
Bentley, hit us up.
Let us know.
If you want to exist.
So after driving this car, I feel like this is a new level of goals for me. Like the Rolls-Royce was also goals. This is now in that echelon of goals.
The only thing is, like, I see Maybachs, like older Maybachs, at the grocery store, where I never see Rolls-Royces at the grocery store.
What grocery stores do you go to? I don't see any of those things.
Sobeys.
Oh, no wonder. Jesus.
Sobeys and
I go to like No Frills.
Sobeys and Loblaws, I've seen older Maybachs, so I'm kind of like, you know.
But the thing is, everyone raps about this car. There are so many rap songs saying Maybach SUV.
Yeah, because I think this is cooler, even though it's not Rolls-Royce level.
But the Rolls-Royce Cullinan was rapped about when it first came out. Now they all rap about this.
But the best Maybach thing is that concept.
Oh my God, yeah.
That thing is the coolest. And then like Drake got him flown in for his music video or whatever.
Yeah, at the Nike thing.
So that's like the Maybach I really, really want to drive, because that's not based off anything else.
No, it's stunning.
All right.
Let us know what you think of the Maybach, and would you take it over a comparable Alpina, or is this below or above a Rolls-Royce, or cooler to you?
And if you want to feel like us driving this Maybach when you're working from home at your home office, check out Technion and check out the link below for 25% off.
Coupon code SP25 Canada and USA.